Amy, do you have anything to add as far as the presentation is concerned?
Yeah, I'll just point out that on the cachexia, I think the first time we were going through these slides, Alan had mentioned that was a coding miss, and I'm not sure why coders are missing it. And so I think as we've kind of talked to folks, it comes up of, well, can I code cachexia with malnutrition, for example? And so just a reminder to kind of go back to basics. And if we look at the classification, and you index cachexia, it specifically says cachexia due to malnutrition, and then it sends you to that R code. And the excludes one under cachexia does not apply. Nutritional marasmus is excluded, but it does not exclude it does not have an excludes one for any type of regular malnutrition. So just something to kind of keep in mind, because I know a lot of times we're like, well, I can't code an R code with a definitive diagnosis. So I wouldn't code cachexia with malnutrition. So just a reminder of some of those conditions that are, R codes, where we feel like we've got that definitive condition. Make sure that we're following the indexing, make sure that we're checking the tabular, because again, the classification itself in the hierarchy of guidance would take precedence over the guidelines themselves, and certainly over any advice published in coding clinics. So just important to remember the hierarchy of guidance when we start to get into these more complex coding scenarios, and can I code it or can I not code it?
It takes a real master of old school indexing to understand that what we may initially think is something that's included or integral or whatever might not be the real deal. That's why it's so important to have coders in the conversation. And I don't really necessarily blame the coders for thinking that that's integral, because I was thinking it was integral at some point. And only after I realized what a huge risk adjuster it was did I start looking. So as you start digging into these, you will have those sort of epiphanies in real time. It's actually an educational process just to start doing the work itself.